all about Pinterest. Specifically, a lot of people don't realize how rankable and optimized Pinterest can be. For example, there's lots of things that you research nowadays. There's a Pinterest board. So for my New Jersey wedding blog, I made sure we have a board that kind of has the location and the keywords that we've been meaning to get found. So I just wanted to review some. So if you look here, if I do unique New Jersey venues, what comes up? Our website comes up and also a Pinterest board. So the cool thing is that you can have various different types of results online. Sometimes we're obsessed with optimizing just our blog or our websites and we don't realize, you know what, our Pinterest board can be found and we have images there and our watermarked images can be found. So it's just like there's so many ways for us to really share our information and our work online that we need to be tapping into all of them if we can. And I know it can be time consuming and I'm not on Pinterest as much as I really should be or would like to be, but one thing I know, and it's a proven fact, if you sell products, let's say you're retail, you also sell other items, Pinterest is definitely the place to be. It is proven statistically that folks on Pinterest trust the resources more and they purchase there's a higher percentage of purchases from Pinterest more than I think Twitter and Facebook combined. So if they see something on Pinterest they like, they're more likely to purchase. So that's more likely to be made into a sale. So products, e-commerce is huge. I don't think there's any e-commerce right now that could be online without using Pinterest. So there's some things that I just wanted to give you guys some quick tidbits and just checklists to make sure that you have optimized your boards. Okay. So the first thing, of course, we want to do is definitely with our profile. So when you sign up for Pinterest, you pick a name. Lots of people will pick their studio name. Some people might be lucky to get a keyword in there, which is cool. But there's 160 characters here in your profile. So you want to make sure you put the kind of work you do. And look, I actually found a mistake here. You want to make sure you put where you're located. So I'm going to put in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I love photographing love stories and people's legacies, but I might switch this around a little bit too and might put some more keywords on my own. So I'm glad I'm doing this video because I just found a mistake. Location, my website. My site is verified. It took a little while to do this, but if your site is not verified, so that's number 2. So after, the first thing is on About You, make sure you have a keyword. Make sure you also, I like to have also another link back to my website. So I put here my blog instead of my website. Make sure your website is filled out. And the number 2 thing is get your site verified. The reason for that is that with verification, and sorry, before that, you should have transformed your personal page to a business page. The only difference, it's not like Facebook where that means you're creating 2 separate spaces. It's all the same. The only difference is that if you convert to a business page, then you get access to analytics and you get to see which of your pins have been the most repinned, what is more popular. There was a website called Pingraphy that used to do that before, but I think you had to pay and you could schedule pins with it. But now Pinterest finally, launched analytics, and I like their emails too. They send a lot of case studies and they have a lot of really great information of how big name brands are using Pinterest and getting a lot of results. So we want to verify our website. So our business name here, I did have, which is kind of like this big, comes out as a big text. I do have a big keyword in there. So that's something else that you can do. Now, the other thing is you want to make sure your boards, you have some boards that, especially if you want local SEO, has the location. So I have here Myrtle Beach wedding venues, Myrtle Beach maternity photos, and so forth. This is pretty new since I have been here a year now, but I'm still working this up. I'm still pretty much new into photographing here. So a lot of you will have just a very generic board. I want you to start using location, and I want you to get a little bit more specific in those boards. Either have, engagement, picture, inspiration. We want the words inspiration. We want ideas, teen girls picture ideas, or senior, high school senior, what to wear and things like that. So we want our boards to have keywords. And then when we are pinning from our own websites and our blog, we want to make sure that we are filling out as much information as possible. So what I do for our On Jersey Bride blog, we have an intern, and every Friday she's just going to pin whatever post has been done for the week. And she knows to, if it's about shoes, where it goes, if it's a funky wedding, if we're featuring on the venue, and the different kinds of photos and where they go. But the interesting thing with Pinterest is that hashtags are a little gray area. So you'll find that even though the hashtag, which you really should only use in a pin description, nowhere else will be like clickable, searchable, that when you click on the hashtag, it actually also shows up things that don't have a hashtag on there. So hashtags aren't like Twitter in Pinterest, so you definitely need description. So rich, full sentences is good. So if it's like, unique idea, dad and daughter special dance, first dance, bride and groom first dance, special moment, unique gift ideas. Just think of your target client and the kinds of things that they could be searching for or thinking of. Best time to pin, they say it's 4 p.m. and 4 a.m. Of course, it's going to be up 4 a.m. no one. But you can schedule posts if you find or you pay for one of those services. But 4 p.m., some people say 2 to 4 is really popular too. Now, there is recent study that shows that longer pictures do get more repins and pins. So it's important. I'm going to share with you guys here this website, which has this link that I found, which has a cheat sheet for images size, so we can have that. Another trend in Pinterest is also what a lot of people are starting to do is kind of like how-tos, almost like infographic, but instead of showing all the information on Pinterest, like, click here. So if you do wedding day survival kit and you list some items, and you be like, check out my website for more, because the idea is we want the visitors back. Now, there is that etiquette or that thing in photographer's standpoint, like, oh, should I just be pinning my own work? I repin other stuff I found, especially if it's inspiration, because if you're just pinning your own stuff, it does look weird, but you should definitely pin your own stuff too whenever you blog. I know there used to be a Facebook group. I don't know if they still are there. It was from Show It, and just people sharing their blog posts, and then they repin each other. So if somebody wants to, start that, or maybe we should do a tab in the group just for, Pinterest, kind of like we're starting to do more with Google Plus too. That's another idea. And the overall social media etiquette is, commenting, sharing, pinning. You kind of get what you give. So obviously to visit there once in a while as well and pin some fabulous ideas. Now, statistics shows that only 20% of what's in Pinterest is original content, which means that the 80% is all repins. So we want to be the content providers. So it's especially important, since we're photographers, maybe use that little mobile app a little bit more. You see something at Target, office inspiration or whatnot, post it up. Quotes is really big, food, recipes. And now there's also something called rich pins in Pinterest, which certain verified websites, if you pin them from them, it comes with a lot more description, even comes with map. Pricing now is starting to show on Pinterest for the people that are selling things. So it can be a really powerful tool, but I just want you guys to, your challenge of the week is to go through your profile, your description, verify your site, make sure it's, a business page, and make sure you change some board titles. So that's it. This is not like, a Pinterest class. It's just some things to review on Pinterest. And you could use an intern, or you could use websites like Odesk, where you can maybe hire someone for 3 months and, have them once a week just pin from all the blogging that you're doing, because I know it can be really time consuming to just do so much. But anyway, good luck, and I hope you complete the challenge. Thanks.